This is reading lesson number 74. This video is for you if you struggle with reading. I am April McMurtry, a professional reading specialist, dyslexia specialist, and the developer of the Learn Reading program. And I'm teaching you to read through 100 videos. It's important that you start with lesson 1. I have that video linked for you in the description below. The first 10 lessons are taken from my Begin Reading packet, and those worksheets are linked next to the number 1 in the description. Lessons 11 through 90 are taken from my Learn Reading program, and those worksheets are linked next to the number 2. And lessons 91 through 100 are taken from my Adult Reading class, which is linked next to the number 3. You are welcome to join me at any time in my live Adult Reading class. There I can help you more personally. If you are looking for an online tutor, I can recommend several, and those recommendations are in the description as well. Okay, let's get started. Okay, we left off with lesson 73. Our grapheme that we were working on is AW. Remember, it's that jaw-dropping sound, ah. And these last 4 words were your extra practice. So this word is crawl, seesaw, jawbone, and drawing. So that brings us to today's lesson, which is lesson 74. Our sight word is though. Though, through, thought, and thorough can often be confusing, but there are hints to help you discover which one is which, and that is usually the onset and sometimes the very last letter. The onset is the first few consonants up until that first vowel. For instance, in this word though, there is no R, so it's not thur, it's not through, or it's not thorough, and then there is no T at the end, so it's not thought. It's just though, but it is still considered a true sight word. So here are your sight words for this lesson. Your new grapheme this lesson is R, and R will say air if there is another vowel or another R after it, especially at the end of longer syllable words. So AR will say air if there's a vowel or an R after it. So when you come to the AR in this page, say air, like the air that you breathe. And then I want you to find that sound in these words and discover where it falls, which dot, which represents the sounds in the word, contains the sound air. That brings us to our new words for today. Remember, AR will say air if there is an R or a vowel after it. So I will do this first one for you. So here is an AR with a vowel with an R after it. So this AR is going to sound like air. And then remember Y at the end of multisyllable words says E most of the time. So these sounds are T, air, E, only 3 sounds. Terry. You only hear those double R's once. Whenever you see 2 consonants together, they only make 1 sound. And remember, we are dotting the sounds, not the letters. So there are 3 sounds in Terry. T, air, E, Terry. All right, let's try yours. I'll be quiet while you work. Now this A is going to be a little bit of a rule breaker. It'll say E. I mean, it technically follows the tap 2 rule because there is a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. And when that happens, that vowel makes its long sound. And if you remember, A at the end says So the sounds this AR is making the air sound. This E will say E and the A will say because of those rules that we already have learned. So the sounds are air, E, area. Beautiful. Let's try this next one. All right, we know that C is going to make the hard sound K because there's not an E, I, or Y after it. We know that AR followed by another R says air. We know that O, when it comes almost to the end of a multisyllable word, makes the schwa sound and says if there's a consonant after it. So the sounds are k, air, t, carrot, carrot. Beautiful. Let's try one more. Okay, we know this this AR says air because of that R that comes after it. And this E makes the schwa sound because any vowel that is followed by a final L will change to the schwa sound and say So in any multisyllable word, if the very last letter is an L, and if there's a vowel right before it, that vowel will always say It changes to the schwa sound. So these sounds are B, air, ul. Barrel. If you weren't aware, that upside down E represents that schwa sound. Barrel. Barrel. All right, beautiful. So go ahead and try these next 4 on your own. I will come back next time and tell you what those were. Here are your vocabulary words to continue practicing. Your word card pages to practice fluency. Here's your sentences and your story. Another night in Big Spring. All right, I'm excited for you. I know you are doing amazing things. Keep going. I'll see you in the next video.